Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. I'm Shaykh Esa Rabbani, inshallah ta'ala. We're talk today about Qiraat, different modes of recitation of Quran. And this is a science which is a madhloom science. It's an oppressed science because the Ummah, the Prophet ﷺ, has, for the most part, left it. Most of the Ummah is completely ignorant of this science of different recitations of the Quran. And the kuffar have even come into this discussion and even accused the Muslims of having different Qurans and A'udhu Billah. And this is just a silly and false accusation. So what is different Qiraat? What is different modes of recitation? Generally speaking, there are 10 modes of recitation. So sometimes the difference is on how you pronounce a word, like wadduha, that's called raf. Some Qiraat they recite with imala, wadduhi, it goes down. And then some Qiraat, they do taqlid or imala to sugra, the small imala, or taqlid means a little bit. What duha, it goes down a little bit. That's one example. And the word alayhim, sometimes it's pronounced alayhum, sometimes it's pronounced alayhimu, alayhumu. That one word hum has different ways to recite it. And sometimes the letters change. For example, in Surah Fajri, in Ruwais, on Yaqub, you recite Kalla balla yukrimuna al-yatim. We know in Hafs we recite tukrimuna. Here it becomes yukrimuna, which is basically changing from the second person to the third person. So, kalla, nay, bal, rather, kalla balla tukrimuna al-yatim. Nay, rather, you do not honor the orphan. It could be recited, nay, rather, they do not honor the orphan. As a matter of fact, this expands the meaning of the Quran. And the third person is considered more gentle because, nay, rather, you do not is kind of accusative on the person. And nay, rather, they do not honor the orphan is more soft. And sometimes there's something called farsh. Farsh is like when there's a specific word, it's pronounced differently in a certain recitation. And a perfect example of this is in Surah Humaza, where it says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا إن جاءكم فاسق بنبأ فتبينوا. Oh, you believe when it comes to you a fasik, a sinful person, binabin, with a news, fatabayinu. This word fatabayinu is recited by most of the Qur'an as fatabayinu. It can also be recited as fatathabbatu. That's in Hamza, Kisa'i, and Khalaf. Fatabayinu means to verify. Fatathabbatu means to confirm. So this is only expanding the meaning because Quran was sent down in these different modes of recitation and they expand the meaning. It's not limit. Quran's not like a Bible. It's not like a Torah. It's its own thing, and you can't apply rules that you think apply to the Bible. The Bible, they can't even agree on the number of books in their book. All the Muslims, the Sunni, the Shia, all the Muslims agree on the number of books. They agree on the number of letters and ayah. They only disagree on the recitation, and it only expands the meaning. So inshallah ta'ala, we're going to take one surah, which is Surah Humazah, and we're going to recite it in 4 different qiraat. We're going to recite it in Hafs, in Warsh, in Ruwais, and Khalaf and Hamza. 4 different qiraat. And you're going to hear some mild differences in how it is read. Recitation means how you read the Quran. So here, inshallah, we'll recite it first in Hafs. That's what everyone knows. It's Hafs. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده. جمع مالا. You'll hear in the other recitation they're going to say جمع مالا. They put a shadda on the meme in Khalaf and Hamza. But we'll continue in Hafs. جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلدا. You have يحسب. In Warsh they recite يحسب. They put a kasra instead of a fatha. They change the a to e. يحسب becomes يحسب. But we'll continue in Hafs. يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة. أدراك. In Warsh they recite أدراك. And in Khalaf they recite أدريك. It goes down all the way. وما أدراك ما الحطمة. نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة. على الأفئدة. In Warsh they say على لفدة. على لفدة. They delete the Hamza and it goes to the Lam. على لفدة. It's called naql. And in Khalaf they recite, it's they give a waqif. They give a stop here to make the Hamza clear. They say على الأفئدة. Just a short pause. We'll continue in Hafs. إنها عليهم مؤصدة. So إنها عليهم. In Khalaf they say عليهم. Same letters, different vowels. إنها عليهم مؤصدة. Also in Warsh and in Khalaf, the Hamza gets deleted, and instead of saying mu'sada, you say musada. And there's other rules in Khalaf, because if you connect the eyes, you will see in a second, when you connect the eyes, you're actually going to recite mu'sada. And in Hafs it goes again, fi amadin mumaddada. Fi amadin. In Khalaf on Hamza, you say fi umudin. Instead of amadan, you say fi umudin. So that's Hafs. So inshallah, now we're going to recite it in Khalaf. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدريك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في أمود ممددة. MashaAllah. So now we'll recite it in Warsh, another very Warsh and Hafs are the two most famous Qiraat. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم موصدة في عمد ممددة. Inshallah, we're going to recite it now in Ruwais on Yaqub, which is a Basri Qiraat. So Warsh is Madani from Medina, and Hafs and Hamza are from Kufa, they're Kufi, and Yaqub is from Basra, which is another part of Iraq, which is famous for its grammar, and also has this Qiraat. So we're going to recite it in Ruwais on Yaqub. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في عمد ممددة. صدق الله العلي العظيم. So inshallah, I hope this clears up this mystery, this great mystery on Quranic recitation. It's not a mystery, it's a science, and expands the meaning of the Quran and expands the beauty of the Quran. And if any Muslim is interested in studying Qur'an, he should. And there's a website, As-Sabil, I recommend, that you can go and you can look up all different Quranic recitations. It has all the 10 Quranic recitations and some other irregular recitations, and you can listen to them and you can learn them, inshallah ta'ala. And I'll link that in the description below, a link to that site where it has the different recitations. وَكُلِّ كَذَا هَذَا اسْتَغْفِرُ الْأَمِينَ سُبْحَانَ رَبِّكَ رَبِّ الْإِزِّ عَمَّا يَصِفُونَ وَسَلَامٌ عَلَى الْمُرْسَلِينَ وَالْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Assalamu alaikum.